we are interested to know the role of international trade in the determination of aggregate output. Actually, in the simplest Keynesian analysis, we discussed that YAD is equal to C plus I plus G plus NX. So initially we discussed that how consumption expenditures and plant investment expenditures affect the aggregate output level. In the last lecture, we have discussed the role of government. Now finally, we are including the role of international trade. It means that we are bringing in NX, net exports, to our analysis. In the previous case, we had discussed that NX is equal to 0, but now we are saying that NX is not equal to 0, and we are interested to know the impact of international trade on the economic output or on the aggregate output level. As you know that international trade also plays a key role in determining aggregate output because net exports are a component of aggregate demand. To analyze the effect of net exports in the Keynesian cross diagram, suppose that initially net exports are equal to 0. We can say that nx1 is equal to 0. We can say that y1ad is equal to c plus I plus g plus nx1. nx1 is the initial value where nx1 is equal to 0. It means that we didn't include the role of net exports or the role of international trade in. So initially the economy was at point 1, where y1 was the aggregate output level and 1 was the equilibrium position. Suppose that foreigners suddenly get an urge to buy more American products. Suppose people from Cyprus, people from Turkey, they desired to get more American products. They showed their interest to buy more American products, so that net exports rise to 100 billion. For example, NX2 is equal to 100. The curve will shift upward from Y1AD to Y2AD, and now NX2 is equal to 600. Initially, it was 500 and now it is 600. It means that the value of net exports has increased by $100 billion. The $100 billion increase in net export adds directly to aggregate demand and shifts the aggregate demand function upward from Y1AD to Y2AD. That's why the economy moves from point 1 to point 2 and the aggregate output rises by 200 billion from Y1 to Y2. Look at here. Y1 was 1000 and now Y2 is 1200. It means that now the economy has moved from Y1 to Y2. This figure indicates that for the plan as per the planned investment expenditures and government expenditures, a rise in net exports leads to a multiplied rise in aggregate output, which is equal to the expenditure multiplier. In this case, its value is 2. Change in nx is equal to 100. Change in y divided by change in nx is equal to 200 divided by 100, and it is equal to 2. So the value of multiplier is 1 divided by 1 minus MPC, and MPC is equal to 0.5. When you divide these values, you will get the answer 2. Therefore, changes in net exports can be another important factor affecting fluctuations in aggregate demand. In the summarized way, we can say that if there is an increase in net exports value, it will positively affect the aggregate demand. If change in NX is positive, for example $100, it means the aggregate output will increase twofold or 2 times, or simply we can say that if the value of net exports is positive, the value of output will increase.